I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We all remain standing and join me in prayer. Supreme Architect of the universe, we invoke thy blessing at this time. May this meeting thus be conducted in peace and closed in harmony. Amen. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the public business meeting of the Allegany County Commissioners for Thursday, October the 9th, 2014. Gentlemen, are there any additions or deletions to our agenda?
No, sir.
None. I'd like to entertain a motion that we accept the minutes of our September 25th, 2014 public business meeting. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It has been moved by Commissioner Brody, seconded by Commissioner Valentine. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, under report of the President, I have a special presentation that's not listed here, but I'm going to take care of this. So, gentlemen, if you could meet me at the flags. Mr. Davis, Mr. Jack Davis, would you come up here, please, sir? Jody? Come on, Mary, you're coming too.
Come on, Mary.
George?
Use the mouth, put some knots on your head.
Wow, I didn't know. This is good.
Got all the power people here tonight.
Over to the
Come
center.
on over. Mary, is it right in there?
Jody.
George.
I know. Okay. We have recently lost a icon in the labor movement with Jim Bestpitch passing away. And Jim was a mentor to many of us standing here, but really was a mentor to Jack. My relationship with Jack as being county commissioner and his position it's been some rocky roads, but there's been a very good relationship. We understood where we each stood, we respected each other's position, and we always knew that we could talk to each other. And I think that we were always fair to each other. And I'm trying to think that those are some of the things that Jim passed on to you.
I believe so, yeah.
So, Jim's widow, who was going to be here, didn't work out, but there's something that she wanted you to have. And it's an honor for me to present this to you. Because I am in the dry cleaning business, if your clothes aren't be coming to you, they should be coming to me, LaVille Dry Cleaning and Shirt Salon. So this thing that we want to give you has been cleaned by the Dry Cleaning and Shirt Salon. But, so on behalf of Mrs. Bestpitch, all the men and women that you've served and represented, and from me and your friends here, we'd like to make this presentation to you.
Dry cleaning.
Jim laughs when he left. He had a couple suits he didn't pick up.
This is the Ask Me jacket that Jim always wore, and it would be fitting if it was given to you, sir.
This was Phyllis's request to give it to you.
Took the smell off it when you cleaned it.
Yes, exactly. Figured you can't fill his shoes, but you can fill his sleeves.
So, congratulations. Thank you, my
sir.
friend. Thank you. Jack, thank you again.
Thanks, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Jack. Alrighty, gentlemen. Under presentation, item number one is the Cooperative Extension Centennial Celebration. Dr. Jen is here. She is the Senior Agent and Area Extension Director for the University of Maryland Extension, Allegheny County. Dr. Jen, is there anything that you would like to say, please?
How is everybody tonight?
Awesome and wonderful.
Oh, wow. This is a hard crowd. Well, I'm not sure if everyone in the audience is familiar with Cooperative Extension, but I just wanted to come here to really celebrate our 100th anniversary, centennial of 100 years of Cooperative Extension, and to thank the commissioners for all of your support over these years. 2014 does mark the 100-year signing of the Smith-Lever Act, which was very instrumental in establishing Cooperative Extension, which is a nationwide network of education. And many of us in the room have participated, I'm sure, in 4-H, in agriculture and natural resources programming, nutrient management, nutrition. So we do all kinds of I think, beneficial programming throughout the county that changes lives. And that's the bottom line. 100 years of changing lives is what Extension has really done. But that partnership with federal, state, and local government is what makes it work. And so I just wanted to come here and thank you for your 100 years of support, and hopefully there'll be another 100 years of Cooperative Extension and that successful partnership with county government. I also wanted to share. Are you going to be here in 100 years?
Well, he was
been here.
Okay.
He was there when the extension first came to Allegheny County.
Really?
So,
Yes. But I did want to welcome everybody to our celebration, which is on October 21st at the Allegheny County Fairgrounds in the evening from 5 to 8. And I have some flyers that I'll leave here that if you're interested in learning more about what we do and how we can affect your lives and improve your lives, this is definitely going to be a showcase and an open house to celebrate our 100 years and celebrate all of the work that our volunteers do. And I don't think that people realize, too, that the thousands of hours that our 4-H volunteers and our Master Gardener volunteers contribute here in Allegheny County to make a difference in people's lives. So
Wonderful.
I just wanted to thank you.
Well, we have a citation, if we may present it, please. Join us up here, please.
Great.
I know I plan to be at the 100th anniversary. I'm hoping to see some Stone Age pictures of Commissioner Valentine.
We might be able to find some.
So, there you go. Okay. Allegheny County, Maryland official citation. The Allegheny County Commissioners admire, appreciate, and congratulate the University of Maryland Extension, Allegheny County Cooperative Extension Centennial Celebration, 1914 to 2014. Extending knowledge and changing lives with the great Allegheny Seal affix. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Very much.
Thank you.
All right, let's give them a round of applause, please. Okay, item number 2, gentlemen, is under our public hearing. I understand that Kathleen
Callan?
Callan, the attorney with Heidi Cole and Monteleone, is here. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening to you. I'm very well, thank you. And you?
Very well.
Good. I'm Kathleen Callan. I'm representing RJM SKM LLC. This is a public hearing for the opening of a paper street, Race Street in LaVale. Is there anyone here to speak for or against the opening for the eventual closing of the road? Thank you.
Okay.
I filed all the necessary paperwork.
You have indeed. Thank you very, very much, Commissioners. With your permission, we will forward this request along to staff for further recommendations.
Wonderful.
Thank you very
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
much. You too. Thank you.
Item number 3, Commissioners, is Resolution 14-25, the Rocky Gap slot allocation. Mr. Bennett, you look different this time from when I saw you before.
Yeah, a little different.
Yeah,
Different uniform.
it was a different uniform.
I thought he was going to say he looked a little younger. Or...
I was doing an impression of a soccer coach.
Oh,
Not a
okay.
very good one, but
I didn't know if you re-challenged him for the number of kids or...
no. He's going to win that
You
championship.
was going to take the record from him?
He's going to keep that record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
You pulled out of the race, haven't you, Jason?
I'm out of the race.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 is it for me. Well, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Tonight we're here to talk about Resolution 14-25. It's the Rocky Gap slots allocation. As you know, last December, the U3 set the original slots allocation in an effort to disperse the funds we're receiving from Rocky Gap. We're getting 2.75% of the gross proceeds on the slots operation out there, slots only, not table games. So you originally set the percentages, and I'll just buzz through them super quick. 45% to Allegany College for scholarships, 25% to FSU for scholarships, and 10% to each of the Board of Ed, the Fire Board, and the County PEGO Fund to fund capital projects. We made a revision to that in May. In May, according to state law, U3 commissioners appointed 15 members to the local development council. And per state law, it says that those 15 members are to analyze the resolution and the spending plan and come up with potentially changes to that spending plan and do it on an ongoing basis. So according to your wishes, we convened the council. We had 3 meetings, and we actually have a handful of people here tonight. I'll see if I can get them all. I think we have Dottie Ruby, Steve Moyer, who also missed? There's Dave Kyle.
Stevie Howe.
Steve Howe, Donna Bowles here. So we had 3 meetings. We talked about how we're spending now. We listened to presentations from Allegany College, from Frostburg State, and from the Fire Board regarding how those funds are being spent now. And based on our 3 meetings, we came to the conclusion that we want to make a little tweak to the plan. So tonight we're here to ask that we can make that tweak. We unanimously voted on this one. And what we want to do is keep the existing percentages that you 3 commissioners enacted. So those will stay in place, but we want to add a couple things. First thing would be we'd like to set aside the first $10,000 every calendar year to go to the Fire Board to be distributed to those companies that are responding to calls at the casino. As you know, since the casino's there, they have to call in fire companies when something comes up. This is a new cost to the companies in the area, so everyone felt that the initial $10,000 can go to those companies based on the calls that they're responding to out there and dictated by the Fire Board. The finance office will disperse the money, so we're hoping this will help offset their costs. So that would be the first tweak. The second, we want to put a cap on the existing funds. So we'll keep the percentages, 45, 25, 10, 10, 10. But what we want to do is cap it at what is essentially the fiscal year 14 levels, the first full fiscal year we had. So for Allegany College, that means we're going to put a $360,000 cap on them in any given year. Frostburg State will get a $200,000 cap. The Board of Ed, our PEGO fund, and the Fire Board will end up with an $80,000 cap. And then anything over that amount is to be distributed to the Fire Board and distributed to the fire companies evenly to help offset some of the losses they've had in the last few years from donations, from outside sources, from paper gaming. Hoping that will help offset some of their losses. So those are the tweaks that we're recommending tonight. We're recommending that they be effective January 1st of 2015. And I should note that, just for full disclosure, state law requires, and I'll just read it, that a county or municipality shall make best efforts to accommodate the recommendations of the local development council. So essentially the council is convened to make these recommendations unless there's some reason that you see it's not possible. Really at this point you're to approve those recommendations. The council has decided that we'll set them now, reconvene probably mid-2015, take a look at how things are going and how things are progressing and see if we want to make any changes going forward. And we can begin to develop a true long-term plan. So that's really it from us. I should note the 3 of you picked me to be the chairperson, so that's why I'm here tonight, only after the council allowed me to be the speaker. I gave them the option of anyone else speaking. Unless anyone has any comments now. I don't think so. So we'll leave it at that and leave it up to you.
That's why he's the coach at the soccer for Flintstone.
I talk.
Yeah, it's
A lot.
exactly correct. He's a game changer. All right, commissioners, any questions for either the board or their spokesman?
No, sir. I think that they done a real good job. That's what they was appointed to do.
And I think they're all very reasonable, very good ideas. You know, we had actually discussed early on before we start the program that we felt sooner or later there was going to have to be a cap put on the money going to the colleges. Just should wait a year because we didn't know how much money we were going to be receiving.
Right.
We've got those totals now, so sounds very good to me.
And you know, we think, at least so far going forward, it looks like the casino continues to do better with every month. As of now, they're on pace to beat what we budgeted for fiscal year 15, which was about $750,000. So the casino continues to do well. We'll watch it month to month, see how this progresses. But I really want to thank all the members of the council. They committed 3 evenings to working on this and to listening to presentations strictly on a volunteer basis. And I think every single person made a contribution, so much appreciated.
Good. Okay. Very good. Thank you for the committee members for attending today. Thank you. All right. I'd like to entertain a motion that we accept item number 3, resolution 14-25.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Valentine, seconded by Commissioner Brody. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 4 is the property tax credit for fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2014 through June 30th, 2015. Finally, we have an opportunity for County Attorney Rudd to speak, and we sent him to a conference. So, Mr. Eberle, will you yield the balance of his time?
I will be glad to do that. Commissioners, a month ago, Mr. Rudd and I were invited to attend the annual fall conference of the Attorney Administrators affiliate with MACO. And Mr. Rudd has no problem negotiating traffic on 270, 495, and 301. So he won the toss, and I'm glad to be here this evening. So, each year, Commissioners, this board takes action to grant property tax credits to various qualifying organizations in the county that are listed in the State Property Tax Code, Article 9-302, paragraphs B, C, and F. The organizations listed in the agenda this evening have qualified for a property tax credit for fiscal year July the 1st through June the 30th. And one of the organizations is actually being awarded tax credits for FY 2012 and 14, as the Carver Community Center noticed that they hadn't done the proper filing a few years back. So.
Okay. Commissioners, any questions? Nope. None? Okay. I'd like to entertain a motion that we accept item number 4, the property tax credit for fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2014 through June 30th, 2015. Is there a said motion?
So moved.
Is it seconded?
Second.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Sorry, we're in the middle of a...
Guess we'll have to do it all over now.
It's been moved by Commissioner Valentine, correct? No, Brody. Seconded by Commissioner Valentine. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
What they have for lunch?
Chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, the judge will be happy. All right. Item number 5 is the state and local implementation grant. Mr. DeVore, would you just like Mr. Rudd to talk about it?
Absolutely. It's a good idea. Commissioners, what you have before you tonight for consideration is a request to accept a federal grant for $75,000. The federal government has started down a process of building out a public safety broadband system nationwide. The system will be used solely for public safety and will be built to the public safety level, which requires certain redundancies as well as ruggedized equipment and things of that effect. The $75,000 will come to us with the vision that we are going to be working with a planning consultant for the western region, which includes Garrett, Allegany, and Washington counties, to be able to begin the first phase of planning for that public safety broadband.
Okay. Questions, commissioners?
Never a
None
hard
appearing?
decision to let somebody give us money.
I'd like to entertain a motion that we accept item number 5, the state and local implementation grant. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Valentine, seconded by Commissioner Brody. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Eberly, what do we have on our consent agenda, please, sir?
Commissioners, tonight's consent agenda consists of items number 6 through 9. Item number 6 is our annual State Homeland Security Grant Program Award. This year's award is $92,556, and as Dick has shared with us in the past, the county has used these funds since 9/11/2001 to continue to enhance the county's interoperable communication systems. Item number 7 is our 2014-15 Hazmat Grant. These funds will be utilized by our Hazmat team for their required training and planning roles here in the county. Item number 8 is a bid award to Carl Belt in the amount of $282,790 to proceed with contract number W38, otherwise known to us here in-house as the Allegany County Fairgrounds Moss Avenue Bowling Green Waterline Project. Commissioners, this is the first project to improve the county's water distribution system in the Bowling Green area. The county is partnering with the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development, utilizing some CDBG funding and ARC to support this project. In addition to this bid award, Commissioners, the motion also includes authorization to execute the required grant documents. And last but not least, item number 9 is a budget amendment for the Juvenile Review Board, who received some additional funding here recently.
Okay, gentlemen, do we have a motion to accept our consent agenda?
So moved.
Go ahead.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. It's been moved by Commissioner Valentine, seconded by Commissioner Brody. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Anything on your desk, Mr. Eberly?
Commissioners, let me chime in before you actually take the reins on reading a reminder for our upcoming meetings, but there will be no public business meeting next Thursday at 5 o'clock. Next Thursday at 3 o'clock, however, in this room is our annual CTP tour with Secretary Smith. So, we had everything on the agenda except for the time of the meeting, which is 3 o'clock.
Okay. Mr. Rudd?
Yes, just explain why I'm late. You may have already done that, but I was at the MACO Attorneys and Administrators Conference in Prince George's County. One benefit of this conference, this is one that costs us nothing. MACO pays for that, provides the food and whatever, plus they have sponsors, of course, but it's no cost to the county. It was very informative. We had a number of speakers, but the headline speakers were Secretary Hall from the Department of Planning, and Amanda Kahn, his deputy, was there, as well as the city attorney from the town of Rockville, talking about amending the comprehensive plan, and also something called Reinvest Maryland, which is coming down the pike. We also had, as lunchtime speaker was Delegate Derek Davis, who's one of the main chair people in the legislature. He's from Prince George's County, that's his district. Then we, at least the attorneys, and the latter, we had Adam Snyder, who's the chief counsel of opinions for the Attorney General's office, as well as Aaron Fitzsimmons, who's the assistant AG that does environmental things, and Michelle McDonald, who's counsel for the judges, the sheriffs, state's attorneys, and various other sundry agencies that are quasi-county, quasi-state. And so it was a very informative discussion, and it was well worth the trip.
Was, I assume Mr. Ernie Crawford was there?
Mr. Crowfoot was there, yes he was.
Did you get any pictures since all of the accumulated wealth of Maryland was in one room? I would like to have seen that.
No, we didn't have any pictures.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, that's all I have.
How was dessert?
Attorneys don't want any evidence.
Chocolate with
Yeah.
No, actually, we had coconut cake for dessert.
Oh, really?
It was good. Very nice. Well, if you've ever been there, it's the White Mansion in Prince George's County. It's very nice. They've held it there the last several years.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Okay, commissioners. Commissioner Valentine, any statements?
Just that at the most recent MACO meeting, we set our legislative agenda for the upcoming year, and two of the biggest topics that we're going to push for, number one, which everybody's been talking about it for the last couple of years, is we're going to try to get a return of the highway user funds to the counties. The other big issue we're going to push is to get counties financial help from the state to try to get the drug problems in control. Every county in the state is seeing a huge increase in drug activity. We hear about it here locally, but it's not just Allegany County. And the sad part of it is it's not the milder drugs such as marijuana, it's the hard stuff, heroin, that seems to be growing like crazy throughout the state. So MACO is going to be working with the state. We're going to try to get some bills in and get a program together to try to get some financing, get help for the local law enforcement agencies and the state's attorneys to try to get this problem under control.
Okay, great. Commissioner Brody?
Yes, two things. First thing, I have something serious to talk about. Last meeting, I told you we was having a little issue with SHA for a permit for a business at Route 220 car lot, and I'm pleased to say that through the help of Senator Edwards and Delegate Kelly and the good people at the District 6 office, we was able to get this resolved. And I had to give kudos to Linda Puffenberger, Mark McKenzie, and Joel Resch from SHA, because they went to bat for this gentleman, and we all sat in on a meeting via conference call with the permit processing people in Baltimore, and they got this resolved. But again, Senator Edwards and Delegate Kelly really went to bat for this gentleman, so pleased to announce that. The other thing that was kind of funny, and I almost thought I wasn't going to speak about this, but I promised the guy I would. I had a gentleman call me the other day that owns the Hertz car rental place over at the airport, Mr. John Wigger, which I know just through the business over at the airport, that he's had a rash of people come to see him, that I am apparently the owner of that. And they had one gentleman asking for the documents and the proof of, which I thought it was funny at first, because I said, wow, I didn't know I was in the car rental business. I don't work at LaVale Sanitary Commission because I enjoy the smell of sewer and like getting muddy. But he was very serious and very upset about this, that a certain elected official in another state had assured him beyond a shadow of a doubt that I am the owner of that, which is not true. I do not own any car rental businesses whatsoever. So this gentleman, I said, the only thing I can do is set the record straight by speaking at it at our meeting, so that it will be reflected in the minutes, so that if anyone has any more questions or such silly nonsense as that, they can pull the minutes from this meeting and see that. So.
Or they can call Delegate Howe, I think. But that's...
Well, that's who gave them the information that I was the owner of the car rental business. So.
Unfortunately, it's the silly season. So, okay. All right, gentlemen. Do we have anybody that signed up? Would you like to speak, Linda? You sure?
You sit there all the time and be real
Sure.
good. I mean,
Are you sure? Okay. All right. Linda, would you like to speak? Okay. All right. Okay. Remind everyone of our next meeting, which will be the Maryland Department of Transportation Secretary Tour, the CTP meeting. That will be Thursday, October the 16th, 2014, right here in room 100. Our next public business meeting will be Thursday, October 25th at 5 o'clock. I thank you all for participating in your government, and we hope you have a nice evening. Thank you.